Hi, it's Paddy Hirsch at Marketplace. So we've been hearing that a lot of big European banks need a lot of dollars right now. Now, why would that be, right? They've got the euro. Isn't that good enough for them? Well, there is a good reason for it. And to explain it, I want you to imagine a country that's bordering the United States of America. So here's the good old US of A. Here's this country on the other side. And on this other side, there's this big wheatgrass farm. Here it is. And it's owned by a guy called Farmer John. Here he is. Old Farmer John, right? He's got this network of stores, juice stores that he provides the wheatgrass to. But in order to produce the wheatgrass, he obviously needs some bare essentials. He needs water, he needs electricity, and he needs a good internet connection. But he can't get them on this side of the border because it's kind of, the supplies aren't that great, and there's brownouts and all sorts of problems. So he needs a reliable supply. So he gets all that stuff from the US. Here's his electricity. He gets his water from the US also, and he also gets his phone line here. And so basically these guys supply him with these services, but he has to pay them in US dollars. Now here's the thing, on this side of the border, they get paid in euros. So from these juice suppliers, every month, he gets like a big old bag of euros. Okay, a nice big bag of euros, lots and lots of money. From this side, of course, he gets like a little bag of US dollars. Now, in normal times, this is all fine, right? Because you can convert the euros to dollars, and that, of course, he has to pay these guys in dollars, so he can convert those euros to dollars really, really easily in good times. But right now, he's got a bit of a problem, right? Because the euro's having some issues. Okay, the first thing is, everyone's buying up dollars all around the world, so it's difficult to convert euros to dollars because the price is going up, and it's actually difficult to find them. The second thing is, that nobody really likes euros very much right now because they're worried that the whole of the eurozone is going to collapse. We've got all these problems with these banks in Greece and Portugal and Spain and Ireland and Italy, and people are worried that the pressure on these banks is actually going to collapse the euro, and the euro might not be around anymore in a couple of years. Okay, so you can imagine what's going on this side of the border. The electricity, water, and phone people are looking at Farmer John's farm and they're saying, mate, we've got a bit worried here because you might not be able to convert your euros to dollars and pay us. So we're worried that we might not get paid. So what do? They start pulling back. They start withdrawing their business and saying, we don't want to do business with it anymore. And of course, the juice supplier on this side now looks at this and sees these people withdrawing business and said, maybe we don't want to do business with you anymore either. So suddenly, even this amount of US dollars gets cut off. So you can see why Farmer John is getting worried. Now, in this case in Europe right now, Farmer John is really the European banks, big European banks like Societe Generale and Deutsche Bank. These banks, okay, instead of having a wheatgrass farm, what they've got is loans, and they lend money to US companies. But of course, they lend that money in dollars. They don't lend them euros, they lend them dollars. But here's an issue. If you're a big company and you're borrowing from, say, a big German bank, you might say to yourself, well, if they're going to have problems converting their euros, which is where they make most of their money, into dollars to lend to us, then maybe we should go to a more reliable person like Bank of America or Chase, a bank that's actually in the US. So that concern is making them think about pulling back from those European banks and doing business with only US banks. This is a big problem for the European banks because if you cut off this revenue, if you cut off this business, the only place they're making money is in Europe itself. And of course, we know what a problem Europe is in because you've got all of this pressure that's on these European banks because a lot of them are exposed to the debt from Greece and Portugal and Ireland and Italy and Spain, and they could get weighed down and dragged down. And if they haven't got any money coming in from these US companies, then there's no counterbalance to that, and it means they're going to sink a lot faster. And if the European banks go down, then it's going to send a ripple through the financial system, and that could leave all of us very badly needing a drink.